Is Bitcoin's downside breakout a false one? Is now the best time to enter the market? If you're interested in knowing more about this, please keep watching. Currently, BitGet offers a promotion of $10 for new users who register. This is really a very generous offer. All you have to do is register. No KYC, no deposit, and no trading required. Just fill in your email or phone number, and you can receive $10 in experience funds. This is really a very generous offer. All right, let's look at the Bitcoin market. Actually, today, I think the price made a very important move, and there's something special about it. The important move happened during the daytime, in GMT +8 zone, around noon. Good. Let's take a look. First of all, the S/a reversal here is the crucial level, right? Before this, we might think that the market had already gone south, so this level should have been broken, right? But when the price comes to this important reversal level, its actions are worth our attention, because at this point, it is very likely to have very good trading opportunities. We have to wait for trading opportunities, right? We can see that this level has supported the price several times before. At here, and here, then a while ago. Wow, the price dropped to 25,000, to 26,000. So many people thought the price had broken through it, but it immediately bounced back. And this type of long lower shadow candlestick is a highly bullish technical pattern. As you can see, the price has returned and is currently above the support level. However, the only thing missing is the volume confirmation. Without sufficient volume, there is still some risk involved if you decide to enter the market now. Now, let's analyze the combination of these candlesticks. If this candlestick pattern appears at the top, it is a tower top. If it appears at the bottom, it is a tower bottom. However, tower bottoms also require volume to support them. Currently, the candlestick pattern has appeared, but what is missing is the volume. If the volume is in, we can at least buy some spot positions. Personally, I have already bought a little spot position, but we still need to wait for more confirmation signals. You may ask, won't we miss out on some price gains if we wait for signals like volume and candlestick pattern? The short-term gains we may miss out on are worth sacrificing for greater security. Waiting for the confirmation here will cost only a few $100s. That's all. If we really are at the starting point of the next bullish trend, which could potentially yield thousands of dollars, then the few $100s we may miss out on are insignificant. In other words, we can use those few $100s to get a more secure and confirmed position. That would definitely be more favorable for us. Now, let's look at the MACD. Is it ready for correction? We can see that it had 2 attempts to turn upward, trying to initiate the second wave. However, we all thought that this phase was still not suitable because the divergence had not been resolved. We needed to wait for the divergence to be resolved and wait for a golden cross to form below the baseline. At that point, we would have a very good entry point. In other words, an excellent entry point would be when the golden cross forms below the baseline. Now, we can slowly see the form of this. You can see that the MACD histogram bars are decreasing. The histogram bars, in a darker color, are increasing, while the light part is decreasing. Suppose the decrease continues until an intersection happens, forming a golden cross. In that case, we will definitely have a chance to correct the previous divergence of MACD and start the second wave of this bullish trend, a large upward wave. For example, this section, or the section we had earlier. What we're lacking now is just trading volume. Well, the amount of trading volume needed depends on the asset's volatility during specific times. For example, Bitcoin fluctuates mainly during US stock market hours. During our market hours in GMT +8, there are fewer significant price movements. Therefore, I believe the next few days are crucial, especially at night. This week, there is a high chance that the trading volume or significant market action will occur during that time. So, I will be closely monitoring the market during these nights, especially today. It might have some movement today. Earlier, we discussed the appearance of a head and shoulders pattern. This pattern, indeed, Looks great. And exactly matches the theory. As you can see, the pattern's middle peak is higher than the shoulders on either side. Then, the price falls below the pattern's neckline. Does this look like a pullback? So, if it does, what will it look like? A pullback. It'll likely drop, with high trading volume, which is not desirable. The best case scenario is for the current upward trend to continue and break through the neckline. If this occurs, the head and shoulders pattern will be considered ineffective and can be disregarded. If the price returns to the neckline and then rises significantly with significant trading volume, the head and shoulders pattern will be safe to be ignored, as it'll no longer be valid. All right, let's switch to a smaller time frame, a 4-hour chart. On the 4-hour chart, I reckon the most important level is here, around 27,200 US dollars. As you can see, the price is clearly above this support level now. If you want to enter the market, well, it is still advisable to do so with spot trading, as entering into a contract at this point may be too risky without further confirmation. If there's more confirmation, there should not be any issues with entering at this level. However, trading contracts can be risky, so we better wait for more confirmations before making a decision. So now the price has actually returned to the original support level. If you have previously added to your position after the price fell, you can now consider taking some profits off the table at this level if you are really a bearish trader. Next, we can look at other signals in a smaller time frame. For example, the 1-hour chart. On the 1-hour chart, we can see. Okay, let's plot the trend line. Here, we can get a trend line with multiple touch points. Here, 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 and here. When the price broke through this trend line, you will notice that the volume was insignificant, which could be attributed to the fact that it happened during normal trading hours in the GMT +8 time zone. A volumeless breakout. We shall see what will happen if it's US time, which is tonight. Will there be a surge in trading volume? How will the price move? I think tonight is crucial. If there is a significant market movement, I may do a live broadcast for you at short notice. Now, let's consider whether we should invest in Bitcoin, Ethereum, or altcoins. If this wave turns into the starting point of the next bullish trend, based on the chart, since the recent small bull run, the upward trend has followed Bitcoin dominance. This means that during this bull run, Bitcoin has been stronger than altcoins, and even stronger than Ethereum. You might ask how much the increase of certain pairs is, but it's not a fair comparison, because we're talking about the overall performance of altcoins, not individual altcoins. There are so many altcoins, so there are always a couple of extremely volatile ones. However, overall, during this bull run, Bitcoin is more worth buying than Ethereum and other altcoins. In terms of the spot price increase, we've actually reached a point that in the past 2 years, or just over 2 years. All right, let's measure it. It should be a range trading for slightly more than 2 years, where the price is about to break through. If it breaks out, then it's highly likely that the market movement will be even stronger for Bitcoin than for Ethereum and altcoins. So please keep an eye on this position. All right, thank you. You're welcome. To like and share my videos and subscribe to my channel. Turn on the little bell button to show me your greatest support. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.